Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. So in this video I will show you how you can rebuild the ACE system for the LandRover Discovery 2 series. So the ACE system stands for Active Cornering Enhancement, and with this system it turns the corners when you're cornering on your Discovery more straight, more leveled actually, and because the sway bar is assisted with an hydraulic system. So in this video we'll see how we can transform this old leaky hydraulic system into a brand new one, and actually better than new, with 3 seals instead of 1, and that will last you the rest of your Land Rover's life. As you can see, it's leaking a lot of oil, so it's kind of rotten, and it breaks apart as soon as you touch it. So I have here some small parts of the old system, of the other one that I rebuilt, and this is just very damaged. So this, as you can see, it can break very easily. So we have to rebuild this. So with this system here, so the first thing we gotta take this part here, the inside, so we can change this oil seal and actually add new ones and make some modifications inside. So as you can see, you have no way of opening this, so the only way is you got to cut this here in the back, and you got to cut between this weld here and between this here where you plug the oil connector here. So you have here just a tiny space. We got to cut through here, and while cutting you make sure this piston is all the way out, okay, so that the piston here is far away from where we are cutting. Okay, so let's cut this now. Just make sure one thing, you don't cut with the disc all the way down, because here inside, this goes inside, and if you go just straight with the disc, it will cut this here inside. So you just gotta go all around and change the position so you can cut it without damaging here inside. Let's do it. One more thing, when cutting, because you gotta change the angle, I just make a cut like this, a little bit smooth, so that I can see the angle of when when I weld it back again. When we weld it back again, we just gotta make sure that we align these marks so that it can stay in the same angle again. So now the next step is taking the piston out, but we won't push it out yet, because here this is full of metal piece. So I'll just get something. Just gotta take it out with any tool that you think you have that you can do it. I use this one. So I just go here around and I just cut it. I try to put it as smooth as I can, and it seems okay. So now we are taking back the piston. We can take all the pistons out, and there you go. This here will take a little bit. Now it's out. And as you can see, so you have here the oil seal, and here this is just a guide system. We won't replace this one, not necessary, only this one. We will install an improved one, and this works here inside, so that you can see when the oil enters here, it presses the piston out, so this does this movement, and when the oil enters here, it just enters oil this side and just make it go back. So this is basically how it works. So now we must take this out, and the only way you can take it out, because here this is pressed, see, maybe on a hydraulic press, this was carved here. So the best way to take it out is I will use an hydraulic press, and I'll put here something, and I will push it out, so it will go out this way. Again, make sure this here, and now make it very smooth around, so that when the part goes out, it won't damage, it won't scratch the part outside. It doesn't make that many difference, but it's better. Okay, so let's go to the press and let's do this. Okay, so you have everything in position. So I'm using a 21mm key that just goes right in the exact size of the place we have here. And now I have this long because it's got to work all the way inside till it reaches the bottom. So let's see if it will actually work. And there you go. As you can see, it opened here a little bit. I think it was like 3 tons of force here, but now it's just going easy. And now we are just taking it all the way. Okay, it reaches the bottom here. So now to take it out, we must do here some, gotta be a little bit careful with the edges so that we don't break them. And I think this way it will just go out. Let's see. Okay, just recenter it now. And let's do it. And all right, so the press now, this is going out, but the hydraulic press is just far away to down. I'll just put here something that I can push it all the way through. Need to have some more leverage. And I'll just add this one because it's right just about to go out. Okay. Actually, I'll do it like this. Okay. All right. I'll just be careful here so I can take it out and it won't fall off. And whoopsie. My floor didn't like that. And so we'll be working on this now. Next step. Okay, so another thing we have to look at, and for example here, this one that I took out, we are seeing here some scratches. And this, when you took it out, and there's no way to control it, it just makes some scratches here all the way down. And when I pass with my finger, I can feel it. So in a most forward step, we will have to polish everything inside, because you must pass with your fingers and you have to feel everything is very smooth, because otherwise this will just destroy the oil rings. So we have to be extremely careful by polishing it inside, but I'll show you how later on. So now we are going to take this oil seal, and I'm just going to grab a tool that will help me to do it, just that I can show you actually what is going on here inside. So this oil seal, if you can see, we just make it, just take it out like this, and you already start to break apart because this is all corroded by the oil, very aggressive oil. And just so that you can see as well, this has a small O-ring here inside that prevents some oil to go out, and this one prevents it to go out again. But this is not very effective. Okay, so the O-ring is out, and as you can see, if I just do it like this, it breaks apart very easily. This is not supposed to happen, so how can it not leak? Okay, so we take it apart, and now we have here, sorry, I just dropping things. So as I was saying, we have here another ring here that we have to take out because we need to take this part out. So I'm just trying to scratch here to see if I can take it away. It won't be that easy. Okay, there you go. Okay, so the phone just stopped filming, so back to the business. So this is the other ring that is inside, which is also, see, very damaged and not sealing anything. So garbage. So now we have a space here that we must take this part out, and I will show you how. Okay, so we'll use this tool. This is basically used to take bearings. So when you put this inside, this will open. So we have a gap there inside, and this will just match where we need to be. Okay, so now I'll just press it a little bit. I'll just make sure it has some contact surface a little bit more, and I'll just do it like this. Okay, now I just go to the hydraulic press again, and I just push this down from here, and this will go out. So let's do it. Okay, back to the hydraulic press. So I just made here like a ring that this can go out without any problems. I'll just put it here, add this so that I can do it more quick. And let's take it apart. And there it goes. Okay. Might have gone all the way down already. No, still need a little more, so we need more height. I just use 2 of these. Now it should have space to go out. Okay, let's press it again, and there you go. So we have this part separated from this part. Okay, so now we still have an oil ring inside that we are going to take it out. And I will also polish this so that I can take the rust out and make it looking a little bit better. Also take these scratches out, because now when you have this out, you have to polish everything very nice, very smooth, because when you're going to put it back inside, if it has any scratches, it will scratch all the surface until it gets to the place where it should be. So basically, this O-ring goes out, and this outer ring goes out as well, as we will replace it with the new ones. And there you go. So now I will polish and take this rust out. In my case, you can scratch this out, you can take it out with any way you like. But because I have a vapor blasting machine, even though the water is a little bit dirty, because I just finished my Land Rover's engine rebuild, full rebuild, and the water is kind of dirty, so I'll just put here to make sure the glass beads don't, it's not that it makes any problem here inside, but I'll just do it anyways. Okay, so now we are on my vapor blasting machine. So basically it's water mixed with water beads and air pressure. So this, what you see here, is glass, and this is how it is now, and we'll see how it will be after. So let's do it. Okay, and there you go. Rust out, shiny like new. I'll just use the lead to take these scratches out. We just need to take these ones and these ones. These ones here, not so important even though it's scratched, but this is where when we put the part back together, when we press that outside, it will grab here because you have a height difference, as you can see, so it will prevent this part to go back. So even though this one is scratched, it's okay because it will not touch the walls of the cylinder. So we'll just work on this one here and this one. I just use the lead to do it because it's easier, and actually that's what you should use as well to make sure it's perfectly round. And I'll just do something else because I just put it a little here back so that the tool has space. But now, as it's not centered, I'll just use this to slightly press it against the lead, and you'll see it will start to spin very round, very straight. See? Now we'll stop it, and now we tighten it, and it should be straight now. Yeah, very good. So ready to go. So let's do the work. So just a very, very small portion to take the bigger chunks out. I'm just trying to see where it... Okay. There you go. Just slightly touching it because we don't want to take a lot of it. Okay, push it back. Let me see how it is. Yeah, still scratched, but way less. But now I will just use another method that takes the bigger chunks out. It's not that it's that deep, but you know, safety. So I'll just use it like this and make sure very good. No more problems. Just a little bit more here on this edge. And now with the thin one, we just polish it, make it very smooth, and see, shiny like new. Even though you can see some small scratches, they are perfectly smooth because they are deeper. So yeah, this part is ready to put the internals. Let's do it. This is the parts that we are going to use. So first thing, this is an oil seal. Measures are in millimeters, so it's 14 inside by 24 outside by 5 millimeters height. The second one, that will be the one that we see out on this part here, should be 14 inside by 20 outside by 4 millimeters height. This is not an oil seal, is just special for hydraulics. This next oil ring, it's a 35, sorry, not 35, this is a 14 millimeter inside by 2 millimeters height, and this last one is 35 millimeters inside by 2.5 millimeters height. So the first one that we are going to install is this one, the 14 inside by 2 millimeters height, and you have like a depression there, so you will just put it there inside, and this will work with the axle not the axle, the shaft, I'm sorry, my English. Okay, so perfectly fitted there. So the next one is this oil seal. Again, 14 inside, 20 outside, 4 millimeters height. Oil seals specially for hydraulics, and don't use these black ones and these ones with springs. This is specially for hydraulics and to use with very aggressive oils. So we'll just put it inside. It fits perfectly. We just press it, and there you go. It fits easily. The O-ring on the other side, if any oil will go on the system, will still prevent the other ring, and it will still prevent this outer oil ring as well. Okay, so the last one is this one, and this one you must be careful because it has to fit here inside, so it doesn't enter straight. So you gotta kind of bend it so you can enter here. So just do it very easily. And see, so you gotta be careful. So we are just use this very okay, and see. So now you have this oil seal, you have an O-ring after, and then you have this one again. So this will do a huge difference while sealing the oil inside. And the other one will be using this outer ring that will prevent the oil from leaking here. So after this is inside, we have to make sure the oil doesn't go around the edge here. Even though we use a new oil ring here, I always use silicone, and I put the silicone here inside against this wall. So when this goes, when I put it with the hydraulic press again, the silicone will go out here. I just take the excess, and I will make sure it's definitely sealed. So we will have this one plus the silicone will trap out the outside, and we have these 3 seals that will prevent the inside. Okay? So now we still have to do some work on the lathe, because now we have to fit this, but now we have less space because we put this oil seal here. So we must measure this. Let's just see one thing that I saw it now. So after this is inserted, the outer part gets a little bit bigger because of the other oil, the O-ring that is out. So it's always a safe measure that we can measure this here until, see, we have to hit the edge there, and we have, as you can see, we have 10 millimeters. So if we have 10 millimeters, and here we have 15, so we are taking 6 millimeters so that we have 1 millimeter gap. So this will take 6 millimeters out. Everything is back on the lathe, so we will take the 6 millimeters out. So first I will take 5, and then I will go down to the 6, so that this part in the end will have 9 millimeters height. Let's do it. I make an alignment here, so it's just easier for me to go like this. And okay, and then I'll go few by few, because I'm not the best expert on the lathe. Okay, let's measure it again. Should have 9 now. Yep, exactly 9 millimeters. So I know you cannot see, but we have 9 millimeters here. So I just polish the part from the inside and the outside with the thinner one. Make sure everything is round. Okay, smooth and like new. Work done. So next step, we are going to clean this part. So now that we have the parts, we just gotta press this until it stays just right here on the edge. So basically just put it back inside and press it. Not much science here, like this one. When you do it with the press, just start doing it easily to make sure it gets centered properly, and there you go. Now just recenter it again and press it. There you go. Work done. So we have a brand new part with 3 oil seals, actually 2 oil seals plus 1 O-ring. So this will do a huge difference. You will never leak again from those. So let's go to the next step. We finished to build this part. Now we have to polish the inside, because you might see it has some scratches. See these ones? A little bit deep, but we'll take care of them. So we just will sand them, and then we polish them. We polish the cylinder so it can stay smooth. This I will first start with this that is used to polish the cylinders of motorcycles. So I'll start with this one, and then I will go with other methods until it gets like you know, like mirror look, like as you see now. Let's do it. We are back on the LED, so this is where I do most of the work, so it's very useful to have one around. So I will start with the first method, which will be using this. So I'll just put a little bit of WD-40 inside. Okay. Just work the way around. Have a proper filling, you know, to feel it like it's kind of smooth. So just gotta be patient and work on it. You know, nothing is easy in this life. So starting to look good. I've been working on this for a while now, maybe 40 minutes, and now I'm passing to 800, starting to make it more shiny, more smooth, so that I can finish the process. And it's starting to look really good. With some WD-40 again, and let's do the final touch. Right. Look at that. It's looking shiny again. Oh yes. Looks really great. Yep, we are definitely done. Looking polished and new again. Let's go to the next step. We need to take this paint out, so I will use a torch to burn it, because this is powder coating. And that's the easiest way that I have to do it. Then I will sandblast it just to look better after I weld this back together. And then finally it will be painted. So now we're going to take this paint out. Okay, so we finished. So no paint now. So now we're gonna just let it cool naturally, and after we'll start the welding process. And meanwhile, I will do the same. I will take the paint out of this one, but you know, I will spare you for that. So it's basically doing the same thing. So I will just work on it, and I should be back soon. Okay, see you until this one is ready and both of them are cooled down. We took the paint out, so now we are adding the piston inside, and to do the piston inside we have to take this old oil ring, this O-ring, which I just broke it, and this one as well. Okay, now I'll just clean it up. So I took the old O-ring out, and now I'm putting this one. Okay, so they are out. So first the black one. Maybe this side is better. Okay. Now the blue one goes on top. And there you go. So this one is ready to assemble. We have to do one last step, so I've polished this previously and I took the paint out. Now we have to insert this, so this is gonna travel all the way and will end up here. Then we can assemble the piston. So like I said, I will put some silicone over here so that I am sure this will be completely sealed out. I use this silicone from Renault because it's very, very strong. So that's the one I use. I'll put back my gloves. Okay. So I will just take this silicone and kind of put it here inside and around. Okay. Clean the outside. Okay. Now we are gonna fit this inside so it can fit, and this will seal all the way around. So we go back to the hydraulic press. We are back in the hydraulic press. I put some grease here so it can enter better, but not here on the front because that will touch the silicone that we added before. So now we just go easy, like Adele says. And okay, so let's see if this will work. There you go. As you can see, it reaches the end. So now I will take this excess out and clean it better, and it should be done. Okay, Done. So now we will put the shaft back inside. We will now insert the shaft into the cylinder. So this is all cleaned up, and we will just lubricate everything. WD-40 again. I'm not sponsored by it, but if you want to, I'll be really appreciated. So a little bit here and a little bit here. Now we are adding it again. The O-rings work very, very tight, so I usually just help a little bit with the hydraulic press. You can just do a slightly tap, but you know, I have the tools, so maybe it's easier for me. Just go smooth, and I think it's done now. Okay, so we have the shaft coming out, and now we have to put this very carefully, not to damage the seals. Okay, so I put the first part inside, and now just trying to put the rest of it. And okay, we have to make sure this part that we inserted won't go back, so we gotta press these ones again here to make sure this will grab the part inside and will not go back. I put this in position, so I will just use this tool and I'll press it here with the hydraulic press and maybe a few more, and this will grab the part inside. Okay, this is finished. So the next step will be to weld this back together. The shaft is completely out. Everything is looking good and new again inside. And now, while matching these marks I made, we're going to weld it back together. To weld it back together, one thing it is important that the temperature will increase, so we cannot let the oil, the internals, to get to melt. So we have to be extremely careful. So I will just put this with some water, and then I will put it on the metal as soon, and I will weld it few by few. And also with the air spray, with the air gun, I'm sorry, I will drop the temperature. Okay. And it's done. We can test the hydraulics with air. If I put some air here, it will go back, here, it will go, and there you go. So now the next step will be sandblast everything, paint it, and it will be ready to assemble. Okay, so now we are on the sandblasting machine, and we are blasting this to be ready to paint. Okay, and as you can see, sandblasted, and final step, paint it. Okay, this is the final assembly after I paint it. So now it's ready to install like the other one. These nuts I will still zinc plate them. Also this top end it will be zinc plated. That's something I also do. Maybe in a future video I can show you how to do it. So yeah, this is it, and I hope you like the video, and if you like this video and if it's useful for you, please like, subscribe, and activate the notification sign. Bye bye.